Since we now have an idea of how to retrieve information from our database, let's learn how we can arrange that data in the way that it's output. One way we can do this is by sorting that data with an order by clause. Adding an order by clause to our select statement can look something like this. After our select clause and our from clause, we would put order by, then the name of the column that we plan on sorting by, followed by ascending or descending, which will be indicated with ASC or DESC. If we don't indicate ascending or descending, the order by clause will default to ascending. For numeric data types, ascending or descending deals with the highest to lowest value or the lowest to highest value. For date data types, it deals with the oldest to most recent date or the most recent to oldest date. And for string data types, it deals with the alphabetical order of that data. You can also order by multiple columns at the same time. They'll just have precedence. One will have precedence over the other. And so to do this, it would look like our example from before, but you would, in that order by clause, add a comma and then another column name followed by ASC or DESC to indicate ascending or descending. With all of that now learned, let's look at the order by clause with some of our own data in SQL Server. So once we've connected to SQL Server, opened a new query, and chosen the correct database, we're ready to practice our order by clause. So to do this, let's type select all from planet order by, and we'll choose the name column. And so if we do that, you can see here in the name column, it has sorted all of this data by that column in ascending order. So A to Z. And that means if we type ASC to indicate ascending and we click execute, the order stays the same. But if we type DESC to indicate descending order and we click execute, it's going to switch that order from Z to A in descending alphabetical order. So that's the basics of an order by clause, but we can take it a step further. Now we can take our order by clause a step further by specifying which rows we want to select from that ordered data by using the top clause or offset and fetch next. Those would look something like this. Select top and then the number of rows that we want to pull, then the names of the columns that we're selecting from the table that we're selecting from, order by the column that we're sorting by, and then ascending or descending. If we're using offset and fetch next, we would write select the columns that we want to select from the table that we're selecting from, order by the column that we're sorting by, and ascending or descending, then offset the number of rows that we plan to skip, and then rows, and then fetch next the number of rows that we want to fetch or pull data from, and then rows only. Okay, with that being explained, let's have a look at these in SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, let's start with the basic order by clause again, and then we'll work our way up into top and offset and fetch next. So we'll do select all from, and we'll do the ship table this time. order by manufacturer. So we'll do that. And we can see it's ordered in ascending order because I didn't specify. But if I do DESC, then you can see it's now put it in descending order alphabetically. And if I want to change that, or if I want to take that a step further and do top, I can do top 3. And when I do that, it's going to just pick the top 3 from the ship table when the data has been ordered by the manufacturer column in descending order. I can also specify my columns here, manufacturer and model. And so I can also do that. And then if I want to do offset and fetch next, I need to take out this top 3, and then I'll type offset, and we'll say 3 rows. So we'll skip those rows we just picked, and then fetch next, let's say 2 rows only. So when I run this, I get those 2. So that's how we use the order by clause. That's how we use top, and that's how we use offset and fetch next all together. With that being said, let's try a couple of challenges. Okay, so we had 2 challenges. The first was select the 3 most expensive voyages. To figure this out, let's start really basic. So we know we're dealing with the voyage table. So we'll select all from voyage. So when we do that, we get all of the data in our voyage table. And what we're looking for is the most expensive voyages. So that's dealing with cost. So we know we have a projected cost and a final cost column, but the actual cost, the actual expense, is going to be in that final cost column. So that's what we want to order by. So order by final cost. You can see my nulls are at the top, but it said we want most expensive. So that's what we want at the top. So we want to say descending order. Okay, so now we've got it in the correct order, and we just want the 3 most expensive. So what we're going to do is type top 3. And there's our answer, the 3 most expensive voyages. Our next challenge was to select the 3rd through 5th most recent conflicts according to their start dates. So let's keep it simple. Select all from conflict. So we'll look at all our data. And so it says according to their start dates. So we're going to want to order by the start date column. And then it said most recent. And the way date values are going to work, we want to do that in descending to get the most recent order, the most recent conflict at the top. And so to confirm that, there you go. We can see we have it from newest to oldest start dates. And so what we're supposed to do is find the 3rd through 5th most recent conflicts. So 3rd through 5th. That means we need to skip or offset by 2 rows because we need to skip those first 2. And then we want to fetch the third through fifth. So 3, 4, 5, that's 3 rows. So fetch next 3 rows only. We run this. There we go. That's our answer. How'd you do? I'm sure you did great. Thanks for watching. Be sure to watch the next one. Bye.